twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shelly weaves his way through.
What's really going on? What's up? Welcome to the podcast. E. Marshall here, as usual with Fitty Mac, aka at Gooner Rush. What's going on, big fella? You know?
Can you tell by the smile on my face what's going on?
Right.
You know,
Arsenal through to the semis.
We had the young gunners out there today.
With a convincing 4-0 win over Slavia Prague or Slavia Praha or, you know. So Arsenal away at, Prague.
You know what? I bet you the European people don't know that us Americans, like, we know where London is and Paris.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start heading back, I couldn't tell you exactly where Berlin was.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. So you're not international like me.
And like Prague. I might know where that is.
Prague is where Dracula came from, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and Prague Rock.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where Blade went in Blade 2. I think he was in Prague. You know what I mean?
Obviously.
I mean, come on. What are we talking about here? You know, we got it all down.
Hey, look, it should have been lighthearted from the beginning, but round one came out a little tight.
Yeah.
It's great to see Arsenal just jump on it today.
Oh, yeah. Okay, well, let's get right to it. We went 4-0, 5-1 on aggregate, complete domination heading into the semifinals. What were your first thoughts when you saw it? That lineup, what were they?
You know what? I was good with the lineup.
Yeah.
I was happy to see Saka and ESR.
Yes.
I could name others, but for the most part, man, that's our creators, man, our playmakers, man. They're going to make it happen, and I like to see them out there together.
I was excited to see Pepe out there. I had a funny feeling about him today. You know me, I'm always hyping up Pepe in Europa League, and he shined again today. But to go along with you, ESR makes me feel comfortable when I see him in the lineup. And, he's such a young player, but when I saw his name and I saw he was fit and ready to go, I was like, whoo, okay. Yeah. You might be able to do some damage.
I'll be shouting them out throughout this podcast, but I tell you what, man, like Saka has definitely top performed out of all the young guys this year.
Yes. But
I don't know, man. ESR's top side, his upside might be even higher, man. It might even be higher. His mentality is just, it's so on to me, the way he plays.
Yeah, no, yeah, he's
including the way he comes back to bail out the back line when it's time to, I need a release pass. We got to get this out of here.
Yeah, when he first started playing, it took a while. Everybody was like, man, what's going on with ESR? How come Arteta isn't playing ESR? But once he started to, that's kind of when, we started creating more chances. We started getting goals because that was our biggest problem early in the season. We weren't creating any chances. But once he started getting a run out there, going forward really started to take off, especially with Saka, and then we got Odegaard. So it really started to take off. But yeah, anytime I see him in the lineup, I feel real comfortable. And that's a great attribute for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it took a while. The game. This was a funny. It took us a while to get going. You know, Slava acted like they were going to try to keep the ball and just kind of make us chase it and not really do anything. But, you know, after about the first 10, 12 minutes of the game, once we got going, it was on.
Yes.
You know, it was on and popping. And the first goal, the
one that counted or the one that didn't?
The one that didn't count. I was like, Partey makes a great defensive play. He kicks it out to Saka. I love when Saka plays aggressive like he was today. Yeah. You know, and that's what kind of your first little statement about, you know, ESR's ceiling. I don't know. Saka was dynamic today. He was aggressive, and he hits a beautiful shot off the post.
Yes.
ESR, Johnny on the spot, gets the rebound. Now, let me ask you this. It was overturned. But how about the replay? They didn't show one replay when it was happening.
They like 4 minutes later.
It was just like no goal.
They gave you a quick little screenshot. Like, well, this is what they called. This is what they were looking at. And I was like, trying to see it, and then it just came off the screen. And
right. It was really weird. The coverage of the game, and you know, usually they'll show that replay like 1,000 times just because it took so long for them to make a decision.
So much time.
And when they finally did show it, you could see, okay, this is why it took so long. It was close, but yeah, it was just really weird because when I first saw it, oh, that's tacky. That's tacky. Did you hear that? But when I first saw it, I thought he was onside. Easily. I wasn't even worried about it. I was talking shit, giggling. Like, yep, we got him. We about to blow these marks out.
I mean, I noticed CSR look over his shoulder to see if the flag went up, and it didn't. But, you know, I mean, that's not uncommon. It's not like – so I thought, like you said, I thought it wasn't even close. I thought he was fine, and it was a goal.
Yeah, it just the coverage and the lack of instant replays just for the audience was just really strange. It was mysterious. Like, hey, you know me. And then I started thinking, uh-oh. Here we go. What's going on?
One of our buddies is he started to direct the earthquakes.
Okay.
So that's a director's choice. He decided he wanted to stay on the field to like catch the reaction of the players of what the call was going to be.
Okay.
But the call took so long. It was like at some point, give up on the reaction, man, and like
you got to give us something.
What happened?
You got to give us something.
Yeah.
But anyway, right after that,
our buddy Simon, by the way, Simon. Shout out to Simon, the hardest worker in media.
Yep, I'll never forget. I always bring it up anytime you bring up Simon. The Lake Tahoe golf tournament with the gang.
Yeah,
he missed a putt and took his putter and whacked the ball, and that shit went right by my face on the green. Oh my gosh, no. E, are you sorry? I'm so sorry. I was like, you didn't hit me, but yeah, you almost killed me.
You almost took an eye out.
Yeah, he almost got me bad. But anyway, shout out to Big Simon, doing big things. So anyway, right after that, you know, beautiful goal by Saka.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. The Pepe goal, ESR, ESR scramble in the box, quick feet, and the awareness to slip that pass to Pepe, who I thought should have taken it first time, but of course, you know, Pepe, you know, rides off the challenge, keeps it, and then just casually picks his spot. Beautiful goal, just classy all the way around, especially ESR. Smith-Rowe.
You know what? And I could stomach a lot more of Pepe's cuteness. Right. When in between the cute plays, I'm watching him run hard. And he ran hard today.
Oh yeah, I said,
he closed balls down and tried to chase people down, but it was a nice finish. He put it up in the top net. And
yeah, great finish, and you know the scramble before that, like Smith-Rowe was working hard to keep that. He nutmegged the player, they reaching all on him, but just the awareness and all that chaos and all those little flicks and scrambles for him to control the ball, look up, and flick it out to Pepe was tremendous. So that was the first goal of the game. That to me that took the whole weight off I was able to relax, kind of, sit down and just try to enjoy the game. And from there, we just took over. Really.
3 minutes. 3 minutes later, they scored the second one, and I mean, it was shocking to see us score a goal and then jump right back in and get another one. We haven't been doing that at all for a long time. Like,
I always give Arteta crap about not having the team ready or our slow starts. Today was the opposite. It's like we kind of lulled them into thinking that, okay, yeah, you guys can keep the ball. We'll chase it for a little while. But once we turned it on,
and that, I mean, and I will say, to me, and I haven't completed this study, but slow starts, let's check out the lineups in those games that we had slow starts. Tell me who was on the pitch. Right. I don't think we can have a slow start with Lacazette, Saka, ESR, and Partey on the pitch.
No. Even Ceballos.
Slip one more in there. You're going to be surprised. And Xhaka.
Yeah.
And Xhaka.
Yeah, Xhaka's earning.
I'm turning around, dude.
He's earning my respect.
Bullshitting out there. He's not bullshitting out there.
Earning my respect. I've never had a big problem with him as much as you have. Bellerin is my whooping boy.
Yeah.
He's a buster. He's a fraud. I whatever.
Yeah.
Look, he didn't even play today. And I'm getting ready to get on him. But Chambers came in like a doctor. Smooth, just took his spot. Looks great. Doing what he's supposed to be doing, putting in crosses, handling his business, getting up and down. I love that because it validates everything I've been saying. This guy's a joker. But anyway, this isn't a show about bashing Bellerin.
Right.
It really isn't. He didn't play, so let me take it easy on him. But anyway, so Saka draws a penalty on the second goal. It was a clear penalty.
Set up by ESR.
A
nice pass by ESR put Saka in position, and then he got knocked down. It was a penalty.
Well, what are you gonna do? What's he gonna do? Laka steps up, just hammers it home. I can watch all his penalties.
Just so smooth. Huh?
Right. He did the little hesitation, hiccup step. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just hammered it home. I can't heap enough praise on Laka and what he's been doing these last few months. Just he's a man. He's a professional football player. Tremendous technique and ability. It just
Hey,
I'll have to see him go at this point. I
tell you what's the trip, man. So somebody put out because I guess his 50th goal put him in 10th place on Arsenal history.
Okay.
How many goals in Premier League? And we know Locke has filled some nets in FA Cups and all kind of, Europas and things like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
50 in the Premier League. How many do you think Abba has?
I don't know. I would say
63.
Damn.
Tell me the difference in time and how many starts Abba's got over Laka during that period.
You tell me.
You try to. I don't have that stat.
He's
run. Abba gets the starts. Laka doesn't. Man,
right.
Laka's got 50 Premier League goals. He's not far behind Abba. It's just not a hands down. Abba's world class and Abba's not, and Laka's not. I don't think either one of them are necessarily world class, but I don't see him any different, man. It's a different style, and who you like better. I like Laka.
For what we're trying to do with this team and these young players, and because we need somebody down the middle. We need a number 9, and you would think, Abba can do that. He can't. He can't. He just can't. Compared to Laka, it's not even close as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Laka controls that area. He fights for everything. His headers, penalties, right foot, left foot, headers, passing, control in tight spaces.
Trust by his players.
When he comes back,
trust him.
When he comes back deep to get that ball, he's able to control it. He draws he draws fouls. He's just a crafty professional football player. And I just think Abba's not there as far as complete, Abba's not that good in the air, even though he's bigger than Laka.
I know, right?
And rarely do you see Abba, strike the ball with his left foot, whereas Laka is like, whatever, where is it at?
Yeah,
I'm gonna kick it with the right option. So you might have a point there.
I mean, when he receives a ball, I've seen him release it so many different ways that it's like he's got a bag of tricks in him, man.
Yeah,
his control is spot on.
Yeah.
He can play face up against somebody. He doesn't have to try to run off them and try to get by somebody. Like he plays soccer.
Right. And now this is what when Abba is in form and running and doing his thing, he's pretty prolific. Like he scores goals in bunches, but when he's not, it's like you really can't count on him for anything else out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he's not in form. Whereas Laka, even if he's not in form, he's gonna fight you tooth and nail and bring others and get others involved in the attack. So that would
keep working.
That would be a difference too. So anyway, it's 2-0 at this point after the penalty. And the third goal was just, a thing of beauty.
Go ahead. Your heart, right?
I mentioned the aggressiveness. You know what I mean? He's got to start feeling himself. I can take over games. I can do this. And that was a classic example of that. Saka, it all started with Chambers too.
Yeah.
Chambers. Yeah. What did Chambers do? He did something. He got the ball, then he slipped it through. He just made the right decision and got it to Saka real quick.
Yeah, very quick.
Saka was able to cut in on his left, and you could tell he was going to shoot too, but he didn't just shoot far post because he gave a little peek up and went near post on that.
Hey, that's the part that warmed my heart.
Right,
is the last 12 times you've seen Saka make that move and take the shot, it's always been to the far.
Right,
and he set the goalie up and he just put it by him easily.
That's a sign.
And, my God. You remember the year Ramsey just started scoring goals that year? Yeah. All of a sudden, he just got it, and he was scoring goals, and it was like, man, Ramsey makes the right choice on which way to go on the goalie.
Right.
Like, you just hope that Saka, if it's just like, you've come a long ways, Jedi, it's time for you to move on now. It's time for you to move to the next level.
Get to the next level, yeah.
Because that cut in is like, what do you call it? What's homie in Bayern Munich?
Robin.
Robin. It's Robin-esque.
Yeah. Cuts in on that left.
Comfortable. He had control over it. He put the defense at his mercy, and he just let it rip.
He would go right.
Yeah.
Robin would go right every now and then just to keep you on your toes. But Saka can cross the ball with his right foot. He can cross it with his right. But yeah, the goal itself shows you that the game is slowing down for Saka. He's reaching another level, and he's being aggressive and just going forward. And if you watch that goal, he takes a peek and says, "Okay, I'm just gonna go near post on you," and it just the future's bright for Arsenal. Yeah. As far as that young little core, we got Smith-Rowe signed, Martinelli signed, Saka, and Balogun just completed his deal. So I'm excited. If we can get the right type of veterans with them and weed out some of these busters, we got Ozil out of there. We got some of that foolishness. Anyway, I'm just excited. It was a great goal. 3-0 going in the halftime. Holden, he looked like he got clipped in the box right before halftime.
Hey.
Should have went down, but he didn't. Everybody else was complaining for him, but he's a defender.
Hey,
add karma. You don't want to.
I mean, David Luiz got a red card for it.
Well, yeah,
penalty on the spot because he just clipped his heel, I guess.
Right.
Like, hey, ain't that what just happened?
Right. What's VAR doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
They're looking at it.
Don't worry about that one. It's like we're eating lunch right now. Don't worry about that. The food just got here. Just
What
let
do we
it
got?
go.
We got Henry's gone to the bathroom, man. Let's just go ahead and play it.
Lunch just got here. Just let it go. Play through. No review. You know what I mean? Like we don't know what's going on. You know what would be tight is if whatever the main rep is listening to, if they would broadcast that shit live. You know what I mean? That would be great.
Yeah,
you know,
let's really be transparent.
Then
let's
you can see what's going right. You can see what's going on because I think in that situation they're like, "Hey, lunch just got here. Just play through." No
You're very serious about this, aren't you?
Something's going on because I mean, seriously, everybody went nuts. The fact that Holden didn't go down shouldn't stop you from looking at that.
Yeah,
and like you said, we've had clear examples this year of that given. So, what is it for? If we're trying to get it, if Smith-Rowe is offsides by a half a toe, and you were able to see that through VAR, then what's going on with this situation right here?
That's what I'm saying. They studied the Smith-Rowe thing for a hella long.
Right.
Hey, they looked at the holding thing for like a half a second, if they did.
Right.
And he was trying to, but he had some mayonnaise on his screen and he couldn't see, and he was just like, never mind.
Right. Shout out to Holden. He's got the hair plugs growing, coming through. Signed his big contract, and he said, "You know what? I'm gonna get my hair fixed." You know, he started.
In related news, I heard Louise is we're not pursuing him over to bring him back. They said.
Okay, so he's gonna be on the coaching staff.
Maybe
something like that. Okay, well that's cool. It's cool. Big Pablo, love him. Love his attitude. Did you see there was an incident in the second half, I think, where Ceballos got fouled?
Yeah.
And everybody was arguing. Maury goes up to the ref. He looked like the captain. He didn't have the armband. He goes up to the ref with his arms behind his back, looks him in his eyes, and they just have a nice little conversation about it. You know what I mean? And the ref looking at him and talking to him like, "Hey, look at this guy." You know what I mean? He's huge. Yeah. He's got the good haircut. I love Pablo, man. He's dialed in.
I like Pablo.
Together. Hey, he's not as wide. He's not as
or not. But I'm gonna 2 games in a row holding Mari down the middle. No goals.
Comfort.
No goals. Comfort. I'm not saying Slavia should have scored a bunch on us, or whatever. But they did their job. They did their job.
Just real. You feel secure when those two are out there together in a strange way.
I really do.
Gabriel is a little wild. He's he's better athletically.
He's got a mentality that just worries me a little bit. Just a little bit.
If it was Gabriel and Big Pablo playing together, that would work out. You need one calm and one spaz. Whereas with Holding is a little bit of both, and Pablo is calm. So you got the best of both worlds with those two. And I thought Big Pablo played great. Him and Holden, held it down in the middle, and Chambers, hey, Chambers, you can't tell Chambers shit. We can all take something from Chambers. You know, just go out there and play, do your thing, and just
He gives me the impression like his whole life he was never really the best player. He never was really.
Right.
He just he's always accepted that, hey, man, I got to work for my shit. So I work for my shit.
But all the little touches, the decision making, the crosses, Chambers, he's like, I'm sure every coach is like, hey, man, you should lose about, 10 pounds and, maybe get a little quick, and he's just like,
one less pie a week, huh?
He's like, nah, I'm fine. And I'll show you. Just put me out there and I'll show you. He's that guy. Because you watch him play and you're like, man, how is he getting up that line? He's slow, but he's bombing forward.
Got a strong run, though. His stride is strong, though.
Yes. Kind of like Holden. Like they be moving. They be moving for big guys. So shout out to him. So anyway, second half, whatever. The tide is over. You know what I mean? We got it. We're going through. What happened? Oh, yeah.
Lacazette with the coup d'etat.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Wait, that might not be the right term, but it was actually my favorite goal of the day to watch him work that defender.
Oh, yeah. He stayed calm.
He brought the ball down. He went to the right foot, faked him, went to the left, and then
Beautiful.
Near posted it.
The build up on that, the nice through ball by Xhaka to Pepe.
Yeah.
Pepe gets it, makes a tremendous cross.
Kind of on the quick. On
Right.
the quick that time. He didn't do the I'm gonna play with it a little bit.
Right.
He went ahead and just got rid of it.
Right. Xhaka with the through ball to him. He gets it. And it's not the straight cross. He kind of pulls it back just a little right to Laka. Yeah. That's Pepe's pass. Like, he looked up and was like, okay, there he is. I'll pass it right to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Laka controls it, brings it down. Just everything we've said about Laka. The technique, the ability. Like, he's a professional
with
striker.
A cool head. And like I said earlier, with all kind of tricks in his bag. All kinds.
Right foot. We can go on and on about Laka. I kind of want him to stay now and just be with the team.
I do too. If he wants to stay, I want him to stay, man. I mean,
definitely. Abba can go.
Just because he fits in good with, I feel like Balogun is probably going to start trying to get some time next year.
Right.
Maybe Martinelli plays some strike. There's nothing wrong with Laka being in that whole little mix of strikers, I think. Like, I'd be fine with him.
Yeah, definitely. And he's not the type of player that's going to complain and act ugly when he's not getting time. He's a professional. He's a pro. Love it. So that made it 4-0 and just complete domination. Everything we wanted going into this match. It was nice to see Martinelli and Balogun get out there and get some time. Martinelli showed his class right from the beginning. He went on a hell of a run, and
that boy makes me smile, man. He just makes me smile.
The enthusiasm,
he fools up, and
yes, the way he plays is infectious. The enthusiasm and he just gets after it. You can feel that. And we've been
mad he didn't pass it to him.
Oh yeah, he's a sour puss. He cracks me up. You know what I mean? Because you can see it. You don't have a poker face. He's just like, oh man, whatever, dude.
I think that's that got sealed when Balogun signed his deal.
Yeah, that's a wrap for him.
This fool gonna come and take my job and shit, man.
Yeah.
I got to get out of here, man.
It's over. I'll be playing for Norwich. You know what I mean? That's a wrap. You know what I mean? Poor guy.
Hey, I love to always say this one, though. Everybody hasn't heard it. Any Wire fans,
Marlowe,
go check out Marlowe Stansfield and then look at Nketiah.
Also,
twins.
Nobody's gonna know this but you. But I'm talking to you, so it don't matter. But Lacobe Phillips, dude, he looks just like him. If you look, it's weird. But anyway, nobody knows who we're talking about. But yeah. So anyway, on to the semis.
Moving on, we get our boy up next, Unai Emery,
going up against one of the best managers to ever manage in this competition, this long, dreadful Europa League competition.
And they basically handled their business through this whole thing too.
he just knows what to do. So it's going to be a tricky tie, but I think we're going to get the best of them because I think Arteta has something up his sleeve for that little tie. So we'll see what's up. But
yeah. And I mean, I will give Arteta some credit that he's got grit in his soul.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, if they're gonna hype Unai going into this a lot, he's gonna take this personal,
right? But we all know what Unai is all about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So sometimes you can't play that way. Sometimes you got to go for it. And I think whichever team just goes for it is gonna win. And I think Arteta will just go for it. I think he'll have the team up and we'll just say, screw it, man. Let's whatever happens. Let's just go for it. Where Unai is gonna, just be organized and tight and
Gonna be counting on Mourinho a lot. Watch that Mourinho kid.
Right. I know Unai is so happy he could just speak Spanish now. He don't even have to mess around with it. I thought about that. Like, just imagine how stressful that is in itself. Yeah. You're in another country, and every time you speak, you say you know English, but man, Unai really didn't know English.
And he came fresh off of France when he came over to us.
Oh, yeah, that too. So
he's probably just like, man.
Yeah, he was just all confused. So I know he just imagine the relief and the happiness. He goes back home to Spain and he's speaking Spanish like a mother.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Villareal. That was the same. That's where that's
Don't
when
ask.
tried to mess with Jose Altidore, huh?
Yeah, they signed. Yeah, they signed him. They were the first ones to get him out of here, to get him from the United States. That was his first Europe team, and good call. The Yellow Submarine I think is what they're called. But who gives a shit about that? It's going to be a great tie. I'm excited, and hopefully we go through. I want Roma to win because I don't want to play Man U and them get all kind of penalties and shit. So either way. No gripes, no concerns for me. Smooth sailing, exactly what you want. The team was aggressive. We scored goals. We created goals. And defensively, we were organized. I can't complain.
Yep.
I tried to complain about Villareal, but I had to stop myself because that doesn't make sense. But who's your standout? Man of the match?
I got one with the runner-up.
Okay.
Lacazette. I'm giving it to Lacazette.
Lacazette 2 goals.
And plus all the intangibles.
Yes.
Just the hard work and the coming back to get balls. I loved it.
Starting an attack, yeah.
And I know people would say Saka, man, but I'm telling you, I just was so impressed by ESR today. I loved ESR's game.
Those little touches. His control. It's like him and Laka hang out and work on their touches together because
how to get around the guy, how to use your body and your hips.
Right.
And
exactly. His ability is off the charts. His awareness, his speed of thought. That's a good shout. He was in the middle of a lot of stuff that went on, and I noticed him tracking back a lot more and just. The pressing game was nice all along. Partey, we didn't mention him. I thought he was great. He didn't try too many fancy passes. He didn't shoot today.
Yeah.
He didn't shoot today. So that makes me happy. Yeah. He should never shoot.
I saw him coming close into range, and he looked over to the left, and Pepe was hella wide open, and he was like, man, take the ball.
Yeah. Xhaka, Xhaka covering out on that left-hand side, solid. Look, everybody says he's on the left side. He's covered on the left side. He's playing left back, people.
Yes, he's playing left back.
But it's weird. You don't see him bomb up. He's not playing like Chambers. It's weird, but that's good. He didn't get into any trouble. He stayed in his position, and he made a few good passes. He didn't make any bad. His decision making is better, and it's a good position for him because he stays out of trouble.
Yeah, it kind of keeps him out of like a high crime area,
right?
Where he don't have to be too responsible for what's going on.
Exactly. And Pepe and Ceballos can kind of
almost got beat once today, I noticed, but then he did a beautiful thing, man, and he kind of bodied the dude up and like slowed him down a little bit because dude was about to like blow by him,
Right. No, yeah.
I mean, he's been using his body well. He's playing good, making good decisions. I mean, good job, Xhaka.
Wow. Okay, there it is. I was waiting for you. Okay, there you go. There you go. Anyway. Excuse me. So yeah, that's about it. We got Fulham on Sunday, the early game. That's a 4:30. That's a 4:30 a.m. game for you. You're gonna get up. You're gonna watch it live.
I think yeah. I'll be up, but I think it's at 5:30. But
I thought it started at 6:30 here.
Oh man,
I'm in Texas.
So if it's 4:30, then I'll get the coffee going and hey,
just have a little party by yourself.
Yeah.
The dog. I saw the dog.
The most peaceful time. All you night owls, y'all can have it, man.
Yeah. Morning is tremendous.
I'm getting my 7 hours at that time, and then I get up and I got the house and the world to myself for like at least 4 or 5 hours. It's beautiful.
Tremendous. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for us. Caught in Two Minds. Thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcast. That's where we do our banter and go back and forth, plus all the links to the different ways that you can find the show.
Look for the link tree.
Linktree. We also have a YouTube channel, Caught in Two Minds. Go over there, check us out, watch it, subscribe, and share it. Spread the word. That's all I got to say. Fitz, what you got?
Hey, man, thanks for the support, everybody. It's a beautiful day. Arsenal's a winner. Peace.
Peace.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Thank you for tuning in to Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter @CITM Podcasts, @Guna Rush, and @eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram @StaticsMusic. That's STATX Music. Peace.